That small piece of metal in your pocket might be worth more than your house. The 1961 Jefferson nickel, a coin that most people wouldn't look twice at, has sold for staggering amounts at auction. One particular error variety recently changed hands for $250,000. But here's the twist. There could be more of these valuable coins still in circulation, possibly sitting in your coin jar right now. In 1961, the Philadelphia Mint was operating at full capacity, producing millions of nickels for circulation. The high-speed production created perfect conditions for mistakes, the kind of mistakes that make collectors' hearts race and wallets open. Today, we're going to explore every detail that could turn an ordinary 1961 nickel into a life-changing discovery. Let's start with the basics. A standard 1961 Jefferson nickel weighs exactly 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. The obverse features Thomas Jefferson's profile, while the reverse shows his historic home Monticello. But it's the imperfections, the mistakes that slipped past quality control, that transformed these 5-cent pieces into 5-figure treasures. Take the story of Mike Byers, a professional numismatist who discovered one of the most valuable 1961 nickel errors in 2003. While examining a dealer's inventory, he spotted something unusual: a nickel struck on a silver quarter planchet. This mistake occurred when a $quarter blank accidentally made its way into the nickel press. That single coin later sold for over $100,000. But that's just the beginning. The 1961 nickel holds secrets that even experienced collectors sometimes miss. One of the most sought-after varieties is the double die obverse. Under magnification, you'll notice distinct doubling on Jefferson's eye, the word Liberty, and the date. These doubled features aren't just random marks. They're the result of a misaligned die during the hubbing process, creating a permanent error that was struck onto thousands of coins. Let's talk about strike errors. In 1961, the Philadelphia Mint was pushing its equipment to the limit. This pressure sometimes resulted in off-center strikes, where the design isn't perfectly centered on the planchet. While minor off-center strikes might add a few $100s to a coin's value, pieces struck 50% or more off-center can command prices over $5,000. The real treasures, though, are the wrong planchet errors. Besides the quarter planchet story we mentioned earlier, there are documented cases of 1961 nickels struck on penny planchets, dime planchets, and even foreign coin blanks. Each of these mistakes tells a story of how it managed to slip through multiple quality control checkpoints. Consider the case of Sarah Martinez, a bank teller in Arizona. In 2019, she was counting her drawer when she noticed a 1961 nickel that looked slightly smaller than the others. After having it authenticated, she discovered it was struck on a penny planchet, a mistake that earned her $45,000 at auction. Stories like these aren't just luck. They're the result of knowing exactly what to look for. Speaking of what to look for, let's dive into the details that separate a regular 1961 nickel from a valuable error coin. First, check the edge of your coin. A normal nickel has a smooth, uniform edge. Any signs of clipping, straight edges, or irregular shapes could indicate a valuable planchet error. These clips occur when the blank cutting die catches a portion of an already cut planchet or the end of the metal strip. The surface of the coin can tell you even more. Look for signs of double striking, where the design appears to be struck twice at slightly different angles. This happens when a coin fails to eject properly and receives a second strike. While subtle double strikes might add a few thousand to the value, dramatic examples with clearly visible multiple impressions have sold for over $50,000. One of the most spectacular errors found on 1961 nickels is the sandwich strike. This occurs when 2 or more planchets are struck together, creating a coin with designs impressed on both sides, but with a blank middle layer. In 2015, a collector named James Wong discovered such a piece in his father's collection. The coin, which had been sitting in an old coffee can for decades, sold for $175,000. But perhaps the most valuable 1961 nickel error is one that combines multiple mistakes. Imagine a nickel struck on a quarter planchet, struck off-center, and showing clear double striking. While no such combination error has been discovered yet, experts estimate it could be worth over $500,000 if found. The date itself can hold valuable secrets. Examine the one in 1961 under magnification. Some rare specimens show repunching, where the numeral was struck multiple times at slightly different positions. This RPM, repunched mint mark, variety can add significant value, especially if the repunching is clearly visible to the naked eye. The surface texture of your 1961 nickel matters too. Some coins show what collectors call striations, raised lines caused by a damaged die. While minor die scratches are common, dramatic die gouges can create spectacular error coins worth thousands. One particularly notable example, known as the earthquake nickel, shows severe die cracks that make Jefferson's portrait appear to be breaking apart. Temperature variations during the minting process could also create valuable errors. Some 1,961 nickels show signs of being struck through grease, a situation where lubricant or debris got trapped between the die and planchet. This creates a softened, almost ghost-like appearance to parts of the design. While minor grease strikes are common, major examples that affect the entire portrait can sell for $1,000 or more. Let's talk about preservation. Even the most dramatic error won't reach its full value potential if the coin isn't properly preserved. The highest prices are paid for error coins in mint state condition, showing nowhere from circulation. If you discover what you think might be a valuable error, handle it only by the edges and store it in a soft flip or holder until it can be professionally evaluated. One of the most recent discoveries came from a construction worker in Ohio. While metal detecting at a job site in 2022, he found a 1961 nickel that appeared to have been struck twice, with the second strike rotated 90 degrees. After careful authentication, this spectacular error sold for $85,000 at auction. It serves as a reminder that these treasures can turn up anywhere at any time. The market for 1961 nickel errors continues to grow. As more collectors understand the rarity and historical significance of these mistakes, prices have steadily increased. A double die example that sold for $5,000 in 2010 might bring $25,000 or more today. This appreciation isn't just about rarity, it's about the stories these coins tell about American minting history. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have certified several thousand 1961 nickels with various errors, but new varieties are still being discovered. Each authentication helps build a more complete picture of what was happening at the Philadelphia Mint during that crucial year. Every new find adds another piece to the puzzle. Here's what makes the 1961 nickel particularly special. It represents a transitional period in U.S. mint history. The equipment was aging, new technologies were being implemented, and production demands were at an all-time high. This perfect storm created conditions where remarkable errors could occur, and more importantly, escape detection. As we wrap up, remember these key points about your 1961 nickels. Check for off-center strikes, wrong planchets, double strikes, and die errors. Look closely at the date and mint mark area for repunching. Examine the edges for clips or irregular shapes. And most importantly, preserve any suspicious coins until they can be properly authenticated. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the 1961 Jefferson nickel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Our next video will reveal the secret varieties of the 1955 Lincoln cent, another coin that might be hiding in your pocket right now. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable error coin, and don't forget to hit that like button to help other collectors discover this information. Remember, the next time someone hands you change, take a closer look. That 1961 nickel might just be your ticket to a numismatic jackpot. Happy hunting, and we'll see you in the next video.